I'm gonna let y'all get back to the sexy guys that y'all like, the 6'2", they got the six pack, you know what I mean? The girls with the fake bodies, with the blue eyes or the green eyes, light skin, dark skin, whatever it is that y'all liked. It's all fake, but I'm gonna let y'all get back to it. Give me 3 seconds, man. How did most girls become prostitutes in 2026, man? Let me break this down. Of course, it's the internet. You already know that's a big reason, but it was before that. Girls, women, young ladies start saying to themselves, I know my worth. So you already putting a price on yourself. They're not even thinking about the things that they say, man. That's why I don't take them serious. Like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like, this is about to be just all 100% just truth, man. Like, what is the definition of prostitution or a prostitute? It's selling sexual favors, man. And it's deeper than that. Go look up the definition yourself. It's not just selling sex. It's selling sexual anything. It could be you just having a sexy voice and you selling it over the phone and you just talking sexy. That's a prostitute. You know, y'all might not like the dirty word. You know, some of you women, y'all might hate that, but that's what it is. You know, words mean things. That is the definition, part of the definition of being a prostitute. So it start becoming easy for girls to say more and more, or I'm just getting to the money. I'm getting my bag. The bag is there, so I'm going to do it. Even your girls, before I even get into that. So I'm a millennial, man. I'm going to say it started with us when women really started thinking, I can go get with a guy in New York. I can go get, with a guy in California. I'm from Michigan myself. That's when they start saying that to themselves, man. For whatever reason, before the internet even hit, like, guys was, like, flying out to Michigan, to Ohio, to, like, a lot of Midwest states, a lot of southern states, and girls, like, would just get hit and thinking, like, that's the type of guy I can date. Or basketball players, that's the kind of guy I get. No, they just want to hit. So girls start selling themselves right there. So if I come out there, like, I pay for your hotel, I pay for your flight. You're a prostitute. Right there. No internet, no nothing. You met... Trying to think of somebody back in my day before the internet. Allen Iverson. You met Allen Iverson. You got to meet him somehow after the game and after you played the Pistons, or even when you played with the Pistons. You met him. Y'all linked up. He smashed. You still wanted more of this. What did you do? Like, I want to see you again. All right, I'm about to be back in Philly, man. You want to come out there? I don't have no money. I'll pay for you. What about a room? I got that. I got your food. I got a wife on some DMX shit. I got a wife. You know what I'm saying? Just because that tight, I ain't gonna jeopardize my life. But you know what I'm saying? You're a prostitute. You going out there knowing this man has a wife. I don't care how you think it. I'm having fun. You're a prostitute right there. So that's the beginning. Like, I ain't even, like, we could go into 80 different ways that happened back before. Now internet hits. Let's take it to somebody who thinks they're innocent. A girl who streams. Why is your top always exposed? Why is your cleavage always showing? That's selling sexuality. You are a prostitute. I don't care if you don't sound sexy, if you don't act. You are selling sexual fantasies to a young. Oh, she's innocent and she likes to play games like me, but her titties is out though. You don't think she's thinking about that? That's part of it. She's a prostitute. So you think about most girls in 2026. That's most girls. Most women are prostitutes with a select few. And I'm going to say it's just culture. Like, I like Mexican girls, not Puerto Rican, which sexually. I'm talking about who I would marry. Mexican. I don't. You got Asian women who doing this a lot. You got black and white women in America that does this a lot. Puerto Rican women are, very loose even in culture. No offense. Dominican women are very loose. Look at Cardi B. That's a Dominican woman right there. Very loose in culture. So all of these women are saying, I know my worth. I know what I'm worth. That's a prostitute. I lived in the ghetto most of my life. No, that's a lie. I've been out the ghetto. I was only in the ghetto for about 15, 16 years. So that's a lie. Anyway, I lived in the ghetto for a long time. And most of the women in the ghetto are prostitutes. But the thing about it is the ones that were not prostitutes, black and white, Mexican, Latina. They didn't care about how much money you made because we were all poor. They just cared if you tried and they wanted a family. And if they needed to go get a job, they would. That is someone who is not a prostitute. That is someone who is a good woman, who's willing to work, who wants a family. And that's what happened. That's the point of this whole video right now. Women stop wanting children. If you look at a lot of these girls who stream and do YouTube, what do they say? I don't want kids. They will rather be whores. That's what girls look up to now. Girls look up to prostitutes. If you think about these girls who do music, I'm going to name names. I'm going to say Cardi B. I'm going to say Cardi B, and I'm going to say the girl that sing. Why I can't think of her name, man. The one caught up with Cardi, Playboy Cardi. I can't think of her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about, man. She's a prostitute. If you notice, they don't care about their music. She had talking about she didn't like performing. She got anxious or whatever. Because they don't really want to be musicians. They don't care about the music. Look how long it took Cardi to drop her second album. They don't care about that. They want to be high-priced escorts. They want dudes to fly them out. They want to be with football players. Cardi B is a baby mama again. Like after she was married. She wants to be a high-priced escort, man. All of them do. That's what the girl who was messing with Playboy Cardi said. I just want the money. She don't want to sing. She want to sit on her lazy, stinking ass and just get money for doing nothing. For blowing a guy. For getting hit. And she don't even want to do that. She said, I didn't even like the sex. They just want the money. They want to be escort. They think that's getting to it. That's why they idolize Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe is not a great actress, dog. She never was. Name a Marilyn Monroe movie. What's a Marilyn Monroe movie that's a classic that is like, the only one is Something Like I'm Hot, and that's because the guys dressed as women. And girls didn't even know about that movie. It's not a classic movie. She's a whore. She was Kennedy's whore. She was Sinatra's whore. She's a whore. That's what girls look up to. She's a prostitute. All of these movie stars that y'all see, they're all prostitutes. And they kind of like spilled the beans with the models. They all jump on these guys' yachts. They're nobodies. They're not making money from modeling. They hop on old guys' yachts and get hit and get passed around. Leo didn't hit every one of these girls that you see married to. Ryan Reynolds' girl, Deadpool? Leo hit that. Leo hit everybody that y'all see with her. Leo done already been there, dog. They're all prostitutes, man. Harlots. Look at old girl, I can't even think of her name right now, but Deadpool's wife, man. Tried to sue my mans to get money from my mans, tried to take his movie from, you know why? Because she's untrustworthy. That's what it says about a harlot and a prostitute. They're not trustworthy. You understand what I'm saying? You can't trust them. So I girls, man, it's like, oh, guys do this, I want God for it. It's like, you don't trust women like that. You understand? Like, if you are with a God-fearing, devout Christian, devout Catholic, they don't even say, oh, I'm not allowed to have male friends. You don't even get stuff like that out of them, dog. These girls are harlots. Like, it's, okay, not to the internet. When the internet popped off, the whole Allen Iverson situation happened even more. I could fly you out. I'm paying for you. I am paying for your services. That's a prostitute. Millennials. Why a lot of us not married? Even if you go out the country and get you an Asian or a Russian or whatever, that's prostitution. You got a prostitute as a wife. That's another form. That's the majority of these women. I'm going to just say the ones who are really not serving God for real and haven't been serving God most of their lives. They're all prostitutes now. That's a prostitute. It's the promise of sex, man. I'm going to get you back to the States. And, we're going to marry. And we're going to have sex because the girls here aren't having sex with me. You bought a woman. She's getting money and a way to the United States of America. Legal trafficking. That's why you got to go through all of those steps. Legal trafficking, dog. So, you might say, well, that's not prostitutes. They're not sleeping. Sometimes they don't sleep. They are selling sexuality in commercials. And these youth, think about YouTube when you get ad. How many times you seen something, then you go to the comments like, man, she bad. I don't even care about the product. She's bending over. Everybody, she knows what she's doing. She's half naked, working out, half naked, selling you some type of vitamins or some BS, creatine. They're prostitutes. They're all getting hit behind the scenes. You don't think Bradley Martin has hit none of these girls in these workout videos? They're all whores. Even if they're not having sex, they're whores. Don't marry these girls. They want attention. They want fame. Men, we here for the money to take care of family. I work to take care of family. I have family members. I have kids that I look out. Not my kids. I have kids that I try to look out for. We are doing this for the betterment of our circle. Look at The Godfather. Mike didn't even want to be in the mob. He thought it was the best way he could take care of his family. He tried to leave it all behind, join the Marines, and be an American citizen and, America. That's what Michael tried to be. But it's like, okay, they do kind of hate us. It is some racism against Italians. They tried to take my father out. Man, I guess I'm going to become the Don. That's how men take this whole... Nobody wants to be famous. Most men don't want to be famous, dog. Most men don't. We want the money. Dog, if I could just work at Ford and just get $300,000 a year, I can do everything I need with that. If I wanted like a boat or an extra car, that takes care of everything. Even though I needed to work the extra hours to get it, I'm fine with that. But they don't. You get about max 150 to 200 if you scale trades. To 200, 150 to 200. Bump that up to 3. Even you can make 250 stretch. Especially if you don't have no kids or anything like me. You can make that stretch. Like, it's like, dog, like, I'm doing fine, but it's like you want a little tiny extra, man. And that's why these girls, that's another reason why these girls do it. They want to go on these trips and do all this, so they don't care. They don't, like, I don't have the option to whore myself out, but they do, and they take it. It's what it is. I don't even care. It's just, let's call it what it is. They take it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show my feet. I'm going to do feet pics. I'm going to let him fly me out, and then I'm going to go to Jamaica and, like, act like none of the Dubai stuff didn't even happen. Most women, you might as well say, are prostitutes in 2026. So if you choose one of these girls, man, bottom line to the story, what I'm trying to get you young guys to understand, you are marrying a prostitute. You are marrying Jezebel. You are marrying Eve. You are marrying Lot's wife. You're marrying every bad whore that you read in the Bible, man. That you see on TV. The ones you talk about, the Kim Kardashians, the prostitutes. That's what you are marrying, man. Delilah. That's what they all are, dog. Sorry to tell you. Unless you find a woman of God, man. It's so funny. That's why I'm talking about all these women in the scripture. Unless you find a woman, that's what the Canaanites had to go to Macedonia, man. Just like the Romans, like, when Spartans and all of them, they had to go to Macedonia. The women got out of control just like ours. Well, I want to go to school. I want to have... The one thing that they don't want to do, the top of their list, is have kids. They don't want your children, dog. They don't want to further life. They don't want to be at home instead of being at work or surrounded by other men. That's what they want, dog. They want money and extraction from all men, not just you anymore. They want extraction from all men so they can go to Jamaica, get extraction from men from those, sleep with them, sleep with other women, come back and get extraction from these men. That's why they don't say lesbians long, because lesbians don't throw out money like how we do. Anyway, man, I'm going to leave it there, dog. That's how women became prostitutes, all the way up to 2026, man. It started in little spaces to basketball games, to NFL games. They started small before the internet. It was the promise of the high life, the fast life. The promise of that. They get at drug dealers. You take it back to drug dealing. Family members of mine, girls, that's where it started in the hood. I got $100. I got $50. When they're younger, when they're 14, $50 is, back in the day, was a pair of shoes, man. They were prostituting themselves for a pair of Air Force Ones, man. $60, $70. Started off, yeah. That's a prostitute off rip. And the Bible says don't even go near them. Don't even walk down the alleyway where they. So all your sisters, your cousins, they're all prostitutes. Your cousin smashed for a pair of Air Force Ones, dog. That's prostitution. I go on and on about this, man. Don't be a nigga, dog.